Some talk about him in the MVP conversation. Cam,
Yeah. Oh.
you don't believe he should be mentioned in this?
Not the MVP.
Okay.
Not yet.
Tell me why.
Because we got Steelers that you're going to have to play next in the next couple of weeks. You got the Eagles, and obviously you have the Cowboys in your division. Now, we're talking about a team, and then when I make this same point in regards to Aaron Rodgers, it's almost like, let's not look through the telescope, all these microscopic things.
You brought that up.
The thing, but it's happening in Washington. These people have caught fire. They believe, right? They've seen something in Jayden Daniels, and they say, okay, he got that it factor.
Yeah.
And they're riding him all the way to 6-2 at this particular point, where they can very well be 4-4, if not worse. So they're finding ways to win these close games, correct? But the reality of it all is, it's just Mo, Stephen A, that I was talking about. When you catch momentum and you start to get hot,
that don't sound like a real car. That car don't sound like the momentum.
You see what I'm saying? When we get to cranking, and everything gonna be all smooth. So when I say the same thing, if we see it in real time with the Commanders, with other teams, that's what I mean.
Cam Newton.
Yes, sir.
I mean, somewhat rhetorical question, somewhat not. How have the Carolina Panthers been since you've been going?
Now you're getting too personal, Stephen A.
Oh, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I mean, what I'm trying to say is, all of a sudden, we going to go to the telescope then? We going to go to the microscope again? Or we just going to be real without all that other stuff and just acknowledge that, guess what? A quarterback that inspires you to believe ultimately can galvanize change in culture and ultimately your franchise. Now, Dan Quinn is proven to be a hell of a coach. But last time I checked, didn't he take the Atlanta Falcons to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
A few years back, before they lost a 25-point lead to the New England Patriots, but he got them to the Super Bowl. Cliff Kingsbury, we know that he knows how to coach quarterbacks. Give him credit where credit is due, but that ain't enough to change this franchise the way that it did. Daniel Snyder's no longer there. I get that. Josh Harris, the new owner of the team, got a group with Magic Johnson and the rest of the crew partly owning it. I get all of that, okay? But in the end, if you didn't have Jayden Daniels, what would you be? Do you see how those brothers talk about him? He's second in the league in completion percentage. He's second in the league in rush yards, okay? The brother's been balling out. I'm just saying, yes, there's a lot of components that contribute to Washington's success, and nobody's trying to throw shade on that. But the quarterback is the most important position on the football field. We all concede that. And when you see this rookie showing up and you see veterans talking about what a game changer this brother is, how special he is, okay? When he rolls up against the number 1 overall pick in Caleb Williams and he throws 300-plus yards, even though they won by a Hail Mary and what have you. Balling. I'm not ignoring all of that. I got to give respect where it's due.
Yeah, I mean, this is the other thing. One, he's in the conversation. I don't believe that Jayden Daniels is the leader in the conversation for MVP.
Neither do I.
But he's absolutely in the conversation when you think of the way that he's allowed this team to now be in the lead of the NFC East when no one expected those things from him. When Dan Quinn was the last coach to get a head coaching job, when you replaced 8 of your 11 starters on the defensive side of the ball. And we all know this. We've all been in relationships before. Ain't nothing like getting in a relationship with somebody that brings you actual joy.
Amen.
And if you look at the face of Terry McLaurin, that man is joyful, right? When Terry McLaurin steps onto the field after playing with these myriad of quarterbacks, and he understands if I get a step on this dude, this ball's going to land right about on this 7 on my jersey, he's happy about that. When Dan Quinn shows up to the facility every day, they say he has a certain energy about him that breeds winning. It's easy to show up with that energy when you know you got a guy. Talked to Austin Eckler and Zach Ertz during training camp on the pivot, and they said, this dude is different. This dude has it. It's not just about his talent. Joe Witt Jr., their defense coordinator, is one of my best friends in the world. He's my brother. He told me in OTAs, we got one of those. And Adam Peters feels the exact same way. There's something that happens when you get a Cam Newton in your building that makes everybody say, if we build around this person right, someday we're going to have an opportunity to win a Super Bowl. And they're seeing that with Jayden Daniels in his individual play, but you're also seeing it in the way that this organization has raised its level of execution because they know JD5 is going to be the dude taking the snap.
Yeah, he's the real deal.
I never said that he was not good. I never said he was not exceptional. But for MVP, no. This
Conversation.
It's a little premature. It's man, watching them play is huh?
He says not premature.
It's not premature. It's
not the baby is full.
No, because you're going by what he's doing. What he's doing is what he's doing. You don't get to ignore what he's doing because of his youth. You don't get to ignore what he's doing because of his lack of tenure. You got to pay attention to what he's actually doing.
So you would pick him to win the MVP conversation.
No.
Yes. Can we go back to the
conversation? He's in the conversation.
Absolutely.
I got Jared
Over
Goff.
Lamar Jackson?
Jared Goff is in the lead for me. Jared Goff.
Over Jared Goff?
Jared Goff, Lamar Jackson,
Josh Allen.
Josh
I said
Allen.
Jared Goff.
All those guys lead the MVP conversation. Okay. This guy is top 5 in the MVP conversation right now.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. About winning.
It's low.
Well, not all of us have
does anyone have my Giants on upset alert this weekend?
I do.
No. Oh, you do?
I do.
By the way, Molly, I'm sorry. I got a veer left. RC, Ryan Clark. You said Joe Witt is like a brother to you, one of your best friends in the world. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Where was he the last 3 years before he arrived in Washington?
Dallas. He was the passing game coordinator in Dallas.
No wonder you used to get on me for talking about the Cowboys. I'm just want to throw that out there.
Steven is just putting it all together.